It's Jonny Fairplay, and welcome to Reality After Show coverage of House of Villains Season 2, Episode 9. That's right, folks. We're a couple weeks behind. The holiday season moves everything around. And, folks, I'm always joined by Jen Hoffman. This is not Jen Hoffman. This is winner of Big Brother and peek behind the curtain, alternate for Season 1 of House of Villains, Rachel Reilly.
Hello. Yes, I'm very excited to talk House of Villains. You know, this has become one of my favorite shows, obviously because you were on it, but just in general, as far as like new shows have gone, I think it's just one of the most fun shows out on television because it's so different from everything else.
That I 1,000% agree with you. But like, can I give a peek behind the curtain here?
Yes.
There's a kiss behind the curtain.
Aww.
So the Balls Out Challenge, the first battle royale to declare the first supervillain of the week on Season 1.
Yes.
We had our helmets and we had our football jerseys, and on the
Yes.
side of the field, there's two additional jerseys not worn. One said Rachel and one said Fifi.
Oh, who's Fifi? Well, that Rachel's me. Oh, I wonder who Fifi is. Okay, so here's the tea. I thought I was going on Season 1 with you, and like we had talked before, double peek behind the curtain, because I had been in contact with them. And then the Traders reunion, I think it was like 2022?
Yeah.
Or 2023 maybe. It must have been the beginning of 2023, just happened to be filming the same week, of course, of when we were leaving for House of Villains. So, you know, being at NBC Universal Project, they wanted me at the Traders reunion.
Sure.
I think that they were going to let me go, but then I think this is what I think also happened. I think I was an alternate anyways for Omarosa. I think if Omarosa wouldn't have come, I think I would have been there.
I'm thinking she was a last minute deal too. I don't know, but
Yeah.
because I never heard any rumblings of Omarosa.
No.
And
I
then
think she had been they had been in talks with her,
yeah,
and they were trying to get her, and I think it was like maybe not, and then she finally showed up. I think they didn't know this is seriously 2 days before they were like, can you be in a hotel in LA waiting? So
yeah.
I'm like, sure, if you need me in LA, I will be there, like the day of. And then finally, like the day before, they were like, oh, we have the full cast is in, so you're let go. And I was like, oh,
I feel
that's never happened to me.
I feel like we flew out on a Monday, if I'm not, or a Sunday or Monday, if I'm not mistaken, and we started filming like on a Tuesday or Wednesday. That Friday or Saturday prior, I got a follow from Omarosa on Instagram, and I was like, oh, she got the call. So no message, no words exchanged, no pregame chicanery bullshit. It was just
a
the follow, and it was just like that was the Iggy. Because even when she gets in the house, she never asks if I want to have an alliance. She comes in the house and she asks me, she goes, "Would you like to work with me in Fairplay?"
Yeah. Well, because you know she's a huge fan of old school CBS shows. So like she used to watch Big Brother. She of course watched Survivor. So I'm guessing that I think she was in talks with them the whole time, but they were probably like working on like money or like time that she was going to be there, something, because I don't think that they would have kept me because I think I had talked to you and I was still on hold when you guys were like about to film.
Yeah.
So I don't think they would have kept me that long if she
no,
was.
I as I said, I think I got that follow when she got the when she signed the contract.
When she finally signed the contract, yeah.
But I love it. And further, I mean, she loves, old school CBS shows, and she just loves old school reality television and competition reality in general. But I mean, Omarosa, peek behind the curtain, Omarosa and I have been friends for 20 years. And she's just like, you don't ask your friend of 20 years, are we in alliance? Like if you have to ask, then you're not friends.
Right, literally.
Yeah.
But also, like, I would have gone in that house and been in alliance immediately with her.
Yeah.
I feel like, so I only met her maybe once or twice. And every time I've met her, I've like obsessed with her. She's always been so kind. And I've heard mixed stories, which is really interesting because I've heard some people say, oh, she was rude to me. She snubbed me. I'm like, maybe you just weren't awesome enough,
If you're not awesome enough, she'll let you know.
Yeah, Omarosa's not going to let you, like, she'll let you know if she doesn't care. So,
Omarosa doesn't climb down.
no, absolutely not. That's not her style.
Yeah.
No.
So,
And I feel like we will be seeing her for years to come whenever she wants to, because she makes the calls. Like, they call her, but she is the one that's like telling them what's up. That's what I
she's
mean
on
by
that.
she makes the calls.
What's it on Fox? What's that new? Get Me Out of Here or something?
Get Me Out of Here, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to be like, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, right? I think it's like the same show.
I don't think so because
You don't think
I
so?
think they're locked in a prison and it's half celebrities, half non-celebrities. Because my friend
Oh.
Stephen Helling from People Magazine is on there.
But is there really half non-celebrities? Because he worked for People, and I love Steve too. I just saw him in Orlando last
Yeah,
weekend. Apparently he told me that's a very good show, and he is very good at gaming, so I'm very excited to see that.
yeah. And I got about 20 phone calls from him. He's just like, "What day do you
Yes.
fly out?" And I'm just like, "I haven't even gotten an interview." And he was like, "Dude, everyone knows you're on the cast." And I'm just like, "Everyone but me and production." No.
Right. I'm telling you, I feel like your name is always spoiled for every show. But
And
this
it's
one in particular, you probably would be really good on. So
yeah.
maybe when it comes out next year for season 2, we'll be seeing you on season 2, Fairplay.
Well, and I thought I was a lock for because Jax had signed a contract and everything. So he had signed the contract for Traders, turned
Yeah,
down Traders because like
to be
he
on
got
that
offered
one.
like 300,000 for to get me out of here. And
Wow.
then last minute he's like, I don't feel like doing it. And I'm like, oh, I must
Wow. You know, Jack's better. He needs to take that money while he can still get it.
I'm offering up one of your kids for 300,000, Rachel.
Right? I mean, like literally. But you know
What
what
do you
else
have
is
now?
funny? This thing, this is how it works now. When you're on like a show, like Vanderpump or like Jax's shows, you need like The Valley. You need to go on these big network shows because you
Yeah.
still need to have your name out in the press. You need to have stuff for a storyline to talk about when you're on the show.
Yeah.
So if you're not making these appearances, like what are you doing? Like what is he doing with his life?
Well, he's going to be at my Survivor finale this Wednesday night at Jax's Bar in Studio City. Go to SurvivorTix.com. That's SurvivorTix.com for the Survivor 47 finale and after party. Tons of celebrities will be there. It's going to be crazy, including Jax Taylor.
Okay, well, look, he's making his rounds then. He is doing what he needs to do.
Yes.
Yeah, so Fairplay, I have to tell you that this past episode, this whole season 2 has just been so good.
Yeah.
But this past episode, so I am an episode behind because I watch on Peacock. I was dying. Like, Wes?
Peek behind the curtain. The next episode is better. This is really good.
Right. That's what I heard. And I saw a spoiler on Jesse's Mr. Spectacular's Instagram. And I was like, I was talking to you about it. And I was like,
at each other. Yeah.
Yes.
It's Jesse and Wes are Johnny Bananas and Jonny Fairplay with reverse shows.
Yes. And then also, who knew, right? No, who knew? But also, I feel like Mr. Spectacular got even a head up on Bananas on this because he, like, his speech was something right out of a wrestling. Like, I could see him saying this in a wrestling arena.
Promo. Yeah,
yes, literally.
It was a wrestling promo. And
it was a wrestling promo.
That a pro wrestling background will give you versus, you can do a million challenges. They don't cut promos.
No,
you do good confessionals, but you don't cut promos. Jesse's literally cutting a promo on his competition, and that's half the gimmick in professional wrestling.
Literally, and he plays the bad guy in professional wrestling. So I feel like so this is my next career move, obviously. I need to go into professional wrestling with Cara Maria because apparently that's what she's doing these days.
She's getting trained by the Dudley Boys.
I know, in Florida. She told me to go out to Florida and to try to work with them. I did. So this is a peek behind the curtain. A few years ago, I did this, like, it was for Glow, the wrestling in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And one of the girls flipped me. And I think that was my goodbye to wrestling. So maybe
Hello
I
and
need to
goodbye?
just get into it. Yeah, hello and goodbye.
Yeah.
They flip you. You do wrestling,
Yeah, my first night in wrestling, like they did, like I left my first training with a concussion, like purposely given a concussion.
Yes.
And I was like, I'll be back. And they're just like, wow, you are stupid. I'm like, apparently.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Had my whole character and everything, and I was so excited to wear sequins and just be so extra. And I do think I would be a good little wrestler actress, but I think the women are gymnasts. Like they are actual like gymnasts their whole life, and so they can do these moves and get flipped and fake flip and back flip and all the things, and not me, unfortunately.
Well, rumor and innuendo, and who's to say? Hulk Hogan's first training session, they broke his leg on purpose.
Oh.
They're just like, you're just not here for the right reason. Because Hulk Hogan was like a bass player in a band and all, and he was just like, yeah, but look at him. He's like, I can be a wrestler, brother. And they're like, no, you can't. And he's like, oh yeah. And then he broke his leg, and his leg healed, and he came back.
Okay.
And they're like, all right, maybe this guy does want this. And I was just like, well, I don't think he had many other options to do anything else with a broken leg.
No, literally, right? I mean, I guess you could still play bass with like a broken leg, but still, he made the right option. He's Hulk Hogan.
He's Hulk Hogan.
Could you imagine if we didn't get the Hulk? What would we have done in American wrestling?
So Vince's backup plan for Hulk Hogan, if he had not gone with Hulk Hogan, was either Dusty Rhodes, who's Cody Rhodes, very large, big father, or Ric Flair would have been Hulk Hogan.
I think we got lucky with.
I think everything
Hulk
worked
Hogan
out the way it was supposed to.
Everything worked out exactly. And then we got The Rock doing what he's supposed to be doing. Which, by the way, just watched Red One. It's on Amazon. It is the best Christmas movie in a while. I loved it.
Is it really? So I was gonna watch. My time. I leave at 5 a.m. tomorrow to head to Los Angeles for the Survivor finale, and I was trying to squeeze in one Christmas movie, and so I was just like, okay, do I watch Red One or do I watch Carry On?
Oh, Carry On's good too. No, watch Red One. Okay. You are gonna love it. It's a fun action movie. You could watch it with your daughter. Like, it's a really fun family movie, but also like you'll love it because it's very like a lot of action.
Okay. Well,
they do flips.
We ended on Saturday night. We ended up watching Home Alone, and
we've been watching all the Home Alones.
Yeah. So I'm like, come on, man. So all right, we're going back in time 2 weeks.
Watch Red One. Yeah. Sorry. Back to the stuff.
We will catch up, folks. I promise. Episode 9. And it begins with the
Teresa saying goodbye, and that was see you later. See ya later.
It begins with the end of the clue. So we're left, over the break over Thanksgiving break of what is, it's a to be continued. No next time on House of Villains, and so they were asked to arrange themselves in order of most villainous to least villainous. And then we hear Joel say it's a double elimination, and I was just like, okay, so there's 2 people going. No, that's
what I thought. I thought it would be the last 2.
Yeah, that's big. So of course, apparently we're idiots, Rachel. There was already an elimination, and this is the second, which makes up the other half of a double elimination.
Which makes sense.
Double elimination. I feel like you mean right now.
Right, I was thinking that too, but I guess because it's the same episode for them.
Yeah.
But for us as the viewer, it's split up. So
they had
just gotten rid of Princess, whatever her name is. What was her name? Princess, I don't know, from The Bachelor.
Victoria.
Why was she on the show? Princess Victoria. You thought she was great? She was my favorite.
She was my favorite person this season. No contest.
All she did was cry.
Great. Did you see what she looked like when she was crying? But do you
want to know what? Yes, but I'm a much better crier than her.
I wasn't looking at her crying, Rachel.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Whatever. Okay, fair.
She brought the right outfits for the job. For the job interview.
Some outfits. Yeah.
She brought parts of many outfits.
Parts of outfits. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fine.
So Teresa, who is probably more of a villain than some of these people on her show.
20 years ago.
Right, but that's what I was going to say, like 20 years ago. And I do I do think she's still, if she was on Housewives today, like tomorrow, I think she would still be a villain on Housewives, like period.
Yeah.
But
But I think with family and with like
yeah,
I think she knows how to present herself in public,
100%. Yep.
and this is public. But then
Yeah.
when you're with your family, you let your hair down,
Yes.
so
Well, and I think she went on this to go on this for a paycheck. And I don't think, because we never saw her villain come out ever. So I
yeah.
don't think she ever came on here to be an actual villain. I think she went on not knowing what to expect. She obviously didn't watch season 1, like, didn't know what to expect.
I believe she watched 2 episodes.
Okay.
I think that's the T. I think she
Yeah.
watched 2 maybe. So I mean, but season 1, the pitch that was given was, do you want to prove you're the greatest villain of all time, or do you feel you're not a villain, you were misrepresented, and you want to show America who you feel you are?
Yeah.
Whereas season 2 is, do you want to be the greatest villain in the history of reality television? Season 2. And I think Teresa's like, I guess so. But if I'm casting, I have her on there, and I have her on for. I wish she had gone before Victoria, because I just think Victoria was better TV for the show. But I think Teresa was perfect for the billboards and the commercial for this season.
Exactly. They needed her for the promos and the press. She's great for the press because, like, she's got some scandals behind her too. So
yeah.
I mean, and look, the thing is like Mr. Spectacular didn't bring the press, right?
No.
But he's great on the show.
Yeah. Well, it was a slow burn to get to him being great.
True.
Yeah. So
but
I mean,
we
hit him on at the beginning of the season. Goes, just wait, the dragon will awaken. And
I know.
And we're just like that dragon. We've been waiting longer for this dragon than we did on the first 8 seasons of House of Dragons.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
That was a sleeping dragon.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So Joel says, hey, this is House of Villains. We're not looking for the next best friend. We're not looking for the house mom. You are immediately banished because we're looking for the next greatest villain. And
see you later.
And you'll explain to Jesse, you should feel like shit. You should be gone.
I know. I was like, Tiffany, what?
Why does Jesse feel like shit for not being the one eliminated?
Right, because she just comes up with the best. Like, wait until you watch Worst Cooks January 5th. She comes up with the best lines. The one-liners are just perfection. I don't know where her brain thinks of these things, but she's just very good at these one-liners.
And I'm excited to see her in a non-combative competition show.
Yeah, and she's still very fun in a non-combative. Yes.
Yeah, Worst Cooks, I feel like we might get the Tiffany that we've always. I mean, because she is great in this environment, but just imagine with her, with the fire not behind, like just like fun. I don't think we've ever seen fun Tiffany ever.
That's true, because she's always got to be like over the top extra. But you will see fun, and she's hilarious.
She is,
and she's very funny. She's very I love her. Like, I would love to be on another show with her. I would love to go out with her for coffee, whatever. Like, she's great.
Well, she won't drive
I think
there.
she's great on TV.
Yeah.
So,
she has 4 drivers. She won't drive there, so.
I know. I love everything.
You need a table for 6 if you want to take her anywhere.
Oh, God. She's so funny.
Yeah. So Wes asked why so sad to everyone, and it is then expressed that Candy and Jesse have the only chance of winning and the next competition, and Jesse is going to help Candy win. And I'm like, all right, well, I feel like Wes is still there. Like, I know you pick when you win supervillain, but I don't feel like Wes is out. Like, Wes didn't. I mean, he's getting his naps in on this show.
Yes.
I mean, these challenges, it's not like they're running half marathons.
Right. Well, I think this is the thing though with Wes. Like, I wonder because Wes has done this for so long, and he has his business show. So I wonder if he's just got in the back of his mind, like everything like that's riding on it. So we're not getting the Wes that supervillain Wes should be. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think he's timing it out. I mean, when I played season 1, I'm like, I want to win supervillain 4, and I want to win the last one. Those are the two. And if I don't win the last one, I want to win the redemption. But those are the two.
I would try to win every supervillain I could.
Yeah, I that was never a goal of mine.
See, you and I are different. We're not the same.
No, we are not. That's okay. I think our styles would complement each other very well.
They would, absolutely. And I think that on a show like this, you do need a strategy. And so perhaps Wes is having this as a strategy because I don't think that Candy has a strategy. I don't think that Tiffany maybe has a strategy.
No.
I think that it's just a lot of the Larsa doesn't have a strategy. Also, I think Larsa took my season 2 spot as well. So I'm a little bit, I don't get that either, but it's what it is.
I guess it's fine for someone that is just as old as Sandra Diaz-Twine, and even though Sandra explained,
no, she's gorgeous, but she's not exciting. Do you think? Well,
Sandra's
exciting?
Hotter, according to Sandra on Traitors.
Oh, I love Sandra. Of course,
Sandra's younger looking than Larsa.
Well, it's in real life, right?
Really?
Well, I don't know. Have you seen Larsa in real life?
I have not seen Larsa in real life.
Okay, so we have seen Sandra in real life. Sandra
have you seen Larsa in real life?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
but I'm a Sandra fan.
Okay, but if you had to put money on this.
Okay, well, listen. If I had to put money on a good plastic surgeon, then I would put it on a Miami housewife.
Okay, well, I think she's beautiful. So,
no, she is beautiful.
Well,
I'm not saying she's not, obviously.
Well, Larsa may have taken your spot, but Larsa took Teresa's room.
I know she did. I love it. I love it.
So
this cast is great. It's brilliant. Obviously, they know what they're doing.
Than season 1. This is
so different than season 1.
But the guys are smart in knowing changing rooms is bad luck.
Yeah.
That is so. Other than an HOH room,
you're right. Don't change rooms.
Never change rooms.
Yeah, never change rooms.
I mean that's old hat.
Yeah, I mean they are. They should be gamers, is what we're trying to say.
Yeah. So at this point, Candy tells Safari about Wes's advantage, but do not mention it. Whatever you do, Safari's like, no problem.
Right. And then, of course, no problem on House of Villains. Don't mention it.
Yes. So
do they know that they're on House of Villains?
Yes. So it's day 15. Larsa becomes a bro. It is time for Teresa's exit with the doll, and we have a Dear Louie return to Cinder with the roses for Teresa's funeral here. That's kind of funny because
I think there's a lot of good comedy bits in the show. That's another thing that makes it fun, and like the host is hilarious.
Yeah,
I think that's why the goat wasn't as funny. I just think they didn't bring as much comedy bits. And people took it too seriously.
I think the goat was trying to find its identity. Episode 1, I felt production didn't know what was going on, and Dana Tosh didn't know what was going on.
Right.
And I think episode 2, they're just like, let's just be House of Villains.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
But they didn't cast any villains. That's the problem.
And then Tosh, I felt really found his footing episodes 2 through, I don't know, about 2/3 through the show, and then everyone that's good TV is gone, and they don't know it, and then it's just like the last 3 episodes were just painful.
Yeah, I mean that was definitely true.
Yeah, I mean Paolo.
Once Davon left, it was like done. Yeah. But didn't you say Paolo's doing like wrestling now?
Yeah. She's in Women of Wrestling or whatever, the Ginny Bus
the
deal.
WoW one. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then which Paola's beautiful and she's great,
Yes.
but like she's not. I mean, like I'm not watching reality competitive gaming to see Paola. And
No.
Davon wasn't good once Wendell was gone.
Oh, really? Because I thought she was still. I think Devon still brings it, but when she has like an adversary like Wendell, yeah, she needs her adversary. But I think once Devon like turned it on, I don't know. This podcast isn't about the goat.
But even then, like I love Devon. I didn't find her likable on the goat.
Right. Yeah.
So
I loved her on the goat. So I don't know. I thought she was great on the goat. I thought when she was like at the very end and getting when they were turning on her, basically. I thought that was really interesting because Devon had run the whole show.
That was a better part, but then she's gone and then was just like
no, it fizzled after Devon was gone. Yeah. But see, you said she wasn't likable. I felt like that made her more likable because one, she got turned on by the people that she had been kind of running the whole game. I felt like really bad for her,
Yeah, because they finally figured out the game. But like, I don't give people. I think she could have done the same thing without giving all the information that she gets. She was like, "Let me instruct you on how to play reality television gaming 101," and they're like, "Oh, thanks for all the suggestions. We will now use all of those against you."
Right.
You know, versus on House of Villains, like you see like me and Shake, and it's just like, we should do this. Why? Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I know Shake was disappointing on House of Villains, but you needed a sidekick, so he was good for what he was on there.
Oh, he was wonderful. But once again, I didn't give him, you just tell him what to do. You don't give him you don't show him how the sausage is made.
That's true. That's a good point.
Or
else
he uses that against you. He's just like, oh, that's what I need to beat Johnny Bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
So there we go. All right. So it is time for our next battle royale. There is no reward, no redemption. Now is the time to win, and the battle royale is 0 fucks to give. There are 25 25 F-bombs to slingshot over a fence.
I love that. This reminded me of the Amazing Race with the watermelons, which is like so dumb, but like that's the first thing I came to my head, and I was really hoping we would get a replay of that. But
no. For those of you that log into your Google machine and type in "Amazing Race watermelon," and you will see something great. So there was a rerun of that type of incident on the challenge a couple seasons back.
Oh, was there? Oh,
Olivia did, and it came and like I think crushed her orbital bone.
Oh no! Yeah. Oh my god! Yeah, it's always epic when they do a slingshot.
I don't trust a slingshot. Tech Money does not trust a slingshot. That guy might be the worst slingshotter of all time.
Of all time, and I was going to say, like, I would not do a slingshot unless they. I mean, like, this one seemed like less intimidating, but I have learned from my reality TV history as the reality TV local historian. You do not trust a slingshot. It never turns out good for you.
Well, this is the most money spent on special effects by E since that Girls Next Door show. And
is it really?
Well, they're enhancements for Hef's Girls.
Okay. No, I do understand what you were saying, but I also thought that at first. See, this is the problem. Dad jokes right there.
Oh yeah.
At first, I thought you were referring to the actual, special effects.
No, it was a lot. So there's FU bombs. Safari loads up on Wes because Jesse is the easiest to manipulate. Wes stops trying. At the very beginning, New York running.
Oh my god, the best.
Yeah,
the best.
Yeah,
who can run like New York? It's amazing.
No one. So
I swear she is just so good at television. It's just the perfection of perfections.
Yeah, Wes explains he's the only thing remotely physical, and these people are a mess. He's literally not trying. And Wes explains that his puppet is Jesse, And yeah, we then get explosion outtakes, which are always fun. And yeah, so Jesse wins, and right out of the gate, Jesse tells New York his plan to put himself on the hit list, and she goes, "Oh, against who?" And literally guesses everyone but Wes.
Right.
And then Jesse says, "No, it is Wes." And and New York appreciates having this information, and then replies, "This thin-lipped motherfucker."
Right? Listen, I feel okay. I'm a little confused too, because who's New York actually like working with?
Just Wes.
Okay.
No one else.
No one else. Okay, that makes sense.
So we've Jen and I have had this conversation on the podcast. So New York got mad. So we filmed House of Villains season 1, and then went back to Los Angeles to film the to do the press week for the premiere.
Yeah.
And so we were put in groups of 3, and my group of 3 was myself, Corinne, and New York. And and New York and Corinne had done,
And Corinne are like besties. Yeah.
Worst cooks ever. So they were friends. And so New York, I don't know if we were there or riding there. At some point, New York was like literally sad with me, and she was like, "Why did you vote me out? I thought we were friends." And I was like, "I voted you out because you literally asked everyone to vote you out."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh yeah, that's right."
Okay.
And I was like, so there's that. I was like, also, I gave you plenty of. I was like, New York, I loved you, pun intended. I was like, I gave you every opportunity in the world to come to me as a confidant, and I always felt you kept me at arm's distance. And she was like, I did. And I was like, what I was like, was it that I did not extend the olive branch enough? And she was like, no. She says she suffers from social anxieties, and she likes to be alone. She doesn't like to let her guard down, and that's just a New York thing, not the state or the people of, but different colors.
Possibly a state too.
Yeah, and
that
if
makes sense.
And if you saw the relationship between New York and Corinne on the press week, it was a whole different person. And New York got that person with Wes coming off the Cook show. She was able to let her guard down there, and able to keep her guard down in the House of Villains house. So and I think if I had met New York prior, and I think we could have had a similar situation, but she didn't want to put herself in that situation. And I'm so, the casting for season 2, my favorite thing is bringing New York back, but bringing her back with a quote unquote friend, because I think she needs this in this environment, and she thrives in this environment with this.
I agree. I agree, and I think that bringing her back with her, giving her an ally, helps her to go farther in the game and to want to be there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like so many people are like, "Why'd you get rid of New York?" I'm like, I didn't want to get rid of New York. And they're just like, "You're crazy for getting rid of New York." I'm like, I did not, like, once again, she literally asked to go home. She's like, "Vote me out." Like, "Why should we keep you? Fuck all y'all." It's like, all right, no problem.
And it's also easy when someone asks you to vote them out to just go ahead and vote them out.
Yeah. I never ask anyone.
I mean, right. No, literally. I tell people, do not vote me out, or I will hate your guts and never talk to you again.
Yeah.
And then they turn on me, and I'm like, I'm not a big fan of it. Like Ari. So I feel like, okay, so we know Jesse becomes the supervillain.
Well, so his plan is to nominate himself to get out West. Okay, so this is some Bobby Light shit right here. Okay. Why would you put I do not get, like, why would you put yourself up? I mean, he eventually doesn't.
Right.
But that was
he says it for the drama, because he wants to go against Wes and have it like him versus Wes, because he says it for like,
but he's
like
not
we said before, everything is like the wrestling mentality. It's like
mano a mano.
Has to have mano a mano. The challenge, it has to be against this one. It can't be like like Larsa versus Wes. It has let's make an easy decision. It has to be like he played Big Brother like that too. He like played Big Brother a little bit where it was like, I will go up against you because you are the best and I will take you out. So, and he never got along with the alpha guys. He just doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he got along with me when we did the wrestling. I mean, well, I'm pretty alpha. Yeah.
I mean, but I'm saying on like a show.
No, I was just making fun of my muscles.
Oh, your non-alphaness.
I didn't say that.
I'm just kidding. Alpha. I would say you're an alpha guy on a show. I think because I refer to these guys on the shows as like, if you're, like, yeah, I'm winning stuff, a loudmouth, like, yeah.
Sure.
Working behind the scenes to get stuff done.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
but
Jesse's not reading. I don't feel Jesse has the read on the room in which he feels, or in which he thinks he does. Because telling your plan to New York, who is literally Wes's number one, but I don't think the rest of the house knows about that.
No.
But at the same time, even if you don't know that New York is Wes's number one, you do know that New York hates you.
Right. But does he know that, or does he?
She's told him. Like, she was like,
I know, but like, did she tell him that?
But you didn't go.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, I wonder if he thinks like that's just for TV, and then like in real life she does, like, she likes him. You know what I mean? Like, you think it's like real? I don't know. I don't know.
There's no confusion on whether New York likes you or not.
Yeah. So then to tell New York anything is like doesn't make any sense.
No.
But I will say that what happens after this does make, the whole him loose lips, Mr. Spectacular work out very well.
Well, thin lips, but it's fine. Loose lips, New York. Thin lip motherfucker, Jesse Spectacular.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, New York outs Jesse to Wes. It literally took 10 seconds. And it's like she's a plant by production. And I'm just like, well, we like to call it a producer's wet dream.
Exactly. We like to call it the producers know what's going to make good television.
Yeah. And I want New York on every show possible. So I want a Rachel Reilly on every show possible. I'd like a Jonny Fairplay on every show. But
me too.
There's certain standout personalities that are just great, that do great, give, put in the correct situation.
Agree.
Yeah.
So
as I said, I don't think New York was in a great situation season one. Like, I love New York, and I'm glad she was there. I was glad. But this is a better situation for New York.
I agree. I mean, this season she's been better, anyways. Just period.com. But it's hard on a first season because you don't know what the deal is. Is it like you said? Is it go back to the villains to kind of like prove you're not a villain, or is it to be a villain and be an extra villain? Like, if I was on season one, I wouldn't have known how to be that good of a villain. And now, if I went on, I would know my job was to be a villain, and I would accept that assignment, and that's what I would do. But like, I think season one, you
still wouldn't place yourself last in the
never.
Yeah.
No. Why is my eyelash coming off right now? This is annoying. I'm going to just fix that while we're talking.
It happens to the best of us.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Well, at this point, Candy tells everyone after the fact about Wes's fake power, and Jesse feels betrayed by Candy, which will definitely play a factor here later.
Yes.
And don't worry, folks. If you're wondering why Wes was given this this secret power, is because Bobby Lights, when he was in the house, he was looking for the realest person in the house. Footage is not found of this because Bobby Lights was not looking for the realest in the house. And if he was, you don't think he'd take care of A, his boy Safari, or B, his girl New York.
Right. Exactly. So something's not adding up, Wes.
Candy. I think Candy's in the running to be the realest in the house.
Well, you're right. I mean, this is the thing, though.
Wes from the challenge is never going to be the quote unquote realest in the house, according to Bobby Lights.
No, definitely not. But that's what I was going to say. This is the thing. Why Wes is his secret power was great. I'm obsessed with it. I love this idea. I love that Wes, makes it like he has this immunity idol. But then I don't understand why he said it was the realest in the house. Like, that is the point where he has failed. He should have said, like, the most, nefarious, or the, like, best gamer or something.
He did not get it from Bobby Lights.
No, it's not even real.
So I would do the deal where he got it. Hatch somehow found it. Wes does not know how.
And then Hatch gave it to Wes when he was leaving.
Hatch was eliminated, he could air it to someone.
Oh, I like that. That's a good... See, but you think 10 steps ahead of this game.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
And he aired it to his greatest competition in the house.
Right.
Since these fools could not see how great Wes was, Hatch was like, fuck it, here you go.
Okay, see, that would have been... But you're always 10 steps ahead, Fairplay.
Wow, I just said there's no way Bobby Light, like, even if Bobby Lights is looking for the straightest penis in the house, I don't think Wes wins.
So you just think there's no way that Bobby Lights is ever gifting anything to Wes?
I don't think Bobby Lights wants to see Wes's ginger penis.
That's probably true.
I mean,
I think that play by Richard Hatch, or saying it was from Richard Hatch, would have been good. But I think saying Bobby gave it to him, if you're not thinking 10 steps ahead like you do, is not a bad idea. He just needs it to be a more believable story. He needs it to be less the realest in the house and more, he watched me on the challenge. You didn't know he was a big challenge fan. So something.
We'll get there. Larsa is walking around looking for a massage, and I'm just like, Safari. Oh, no, Safari can't give Larsa a massage. He's too busy calling Bobby Lights.
That was the best.
I literally jumped up out of my chair, started screaming, fuck yes, bitch.
I love that you are allowed to have your phone on this show so these kind of things can happen. Yes. Just the fact that he has Bobby Lights' phone number, the fact that he calls Bobby Lights to check this story out.
And Bobby Lights isn't the easiest to get on the phone, I assure you.
Okay, see, then this is someone
else who has Bobby Lights' phone number.
So then I think that this is even more perfect. That's even better. That he answers the phone, tells him that absolutely not. And I just love how it blows up. It's just the best.
Do you mind the fact that it's done in confession? I think it's perfect.
What do you mean?
The fact that Safari calls during his confession, not in the house, but he's in confessional.
Oh, in a confessional and calls. No, I don't hate that at all. I just like that he called, period. Yes.
Yeah.
Because if he called if he called in the house, would it have made a bigger or as much of a splash? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if you're trying to privately call, you don't want to privately call it, and and once you have your phone, that means they're not recording you, So this is after hours. He's just like, hey, I want to get this, and I want to show you, motherfucker. I want to show the world. Yes. This motherfucker's a liar.
Yes.
And so you can do all that. It's not this huge thing with Wes or whoever going, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. No, I love that.
I do too. I think it's the perfect time. So I heard a question of whether that was a good time or not. Did that seem production influenced? And I was just like, no. I think
no, I don't think so.
Hey, come with me.
Not when you're on Not when you're on House of Villains with these people, because you have to remember that everyone on this show is now thinking 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not with Tanisha with the choir. Was that production influencing? No.
Nope.
You're just you have to remember that you're on House of Villains. These people are of course they're gonna say, I'm calling Bobby Lights on, come film me. I remember when I was on Traders, I would be like, hey, I'm gonna go talk to Sari. So I mean, I think once you're on with experienced reality TV people, that we do that. That's what we do.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think these are all just legends at what we do.
Legends. Yeah, of course.
And that chick from 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah. Whoever she is.
All right, shots fired.
Yeah,
Right.
whatever.
I would invite her to my Survivor finale party, but I'm sure she has Raider tickets that night. So
horrible.
All right. New York eavesdrops on Safari and Jesse, and I'm just like, look at New York just playing the fucking game. Eavesdropping?
Oh, I know.
Who
Eavesdropping?
are you?
I know. Dude, she's fucking New York.
New York literally. Season 1 sees if this was season 1, she sees Safari and Jesse talking. She don't give a fuck.
Right. No, now though, she's up and about that. I love it. I think it's great. New York is stepping up. I want her to win, frankly, this season. I think she.
Do you hear
I told you that. I said I think she should win.
Yeah. Do you hear my Kaleido clock?
No.
Oh yeah. Do you have a Kaleido clock yet?
No, what's that?
Have you seen those on Instagram?
No, I don't even know what it is.
They're not in your ads?
No.
They're like it's like the coolest clock of all time. It changes display, like it has a remote, and it's so cool. I love it. All right, thanks, Kaleido clock. You guys roll. Anyway. All right, it's time for the hit list. New York's going up because why? I don't know. We've just given you guys
what?
Reasons.
What? But I do agree. But by the same token, like, I don't understand this move on Jesse.
I know. So it's New York and I think I do. Up on the hit list is New York, and next is Candy.
Who obviously these two people are not going to be very happy. But we did get great reactions from them.
I just have my notes. They both took it well.
Yeah, they took it very well. Yes. No throwing of insults, calling him uncircumcised, anything.
They took it like I don't. There's so many bad jokes I have here. I'm gonna keep them to myself. The punchline is first night in prison. That's all.
And I'm kind of wondering if Jesse knew that he was going to be, getting that reaction from them, because he could have easily put Wes up there just because of all the drama.
I feel like he thinks he can beat Wes, and I think he doesn't think he can beat Candy, and he may be right. I feel like Candy's pretty darn likable in the house.
Oh, for Big the best villain?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Candy is probably the best villain. Well, New York and Candy are very close to being the best villain.
New York, it's I think if New York's there, it's all about New York's final speech, because I think if New York explains the game she played, yes. But if New York just goes "fuck you," I don't know if that gets a vote.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas
because everybody comes back though, right? To vote.
Okay. And that's the thing. So whereas Candy, you eliminate Candy now, Candy's pissed.
Right.
Candy has explained to you that Candy's pissed, right? And you have a couple days for Candy to come back and Jesse to explain. Versus if you get rid of Candy at the very end, you don't have enough time to do that damage control with Candy.
I don't think Jesse thinks as smartly as you do.
Once again, I think the short answer to Wes thinks Jesse thinks he can beat Wes better than he can beat Candy. So that is true. And then if you have the chance to take your shot, final 6, you got to take your shot. Yeah. Take your shot there, and you have time to do damage control. I don't know if he's thinking about the second part of that, but it could work out for him if he does.
Yeah. I just feel like Candy is also liked in the house to where people are going to listen to whatever Candy says, and if Candy holds that grudge, then sorry, see you later.
Well, as I said, I would rather have the time to do the damage control versus doing it last minute and Candy, you're not going to have time to tell Candy to not tell the house not to hate you.
That is true. You're right. You're not wrong.
So.
Oh, we'll see what happens.
But I mean, if someone else had gotten rid of Candy, and there was an opportunity prior to someone else getting, Jesse could have made that move there and then still had Candy's vote, So there's lots of moving pieces.
A lot, and it's only final 6, so I feel like Jesse took a shot quite early, but
Yes. So there's
still a few episodes.
There's 2 episodes left. One of those aired last Thursday night, and we'll get to it. I promise. I'm knocking them out as I have time for. As I mentioned earlier, I'm on a 5 a.m. flight to Los Angeles.
You and Jax should do it live.
Jax has never seen the show. Jax has literally seen less episodes than Teresa.
Do you think he watches The Valley?
No. He doesn't watch himself on TV.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't get it. I mean, I watch myself. I love watching myself.
Oh, I love watching myself.
Oh, did I say watching?
It makes me excited. Yeah. Well,
makes me excited too.
Yeah. But I enjoy watching the shows that I'm on.
Yeah. It's fun. It's like, it's a labor of love.
Yeah, literally. Well, I'll watch it when it comes out on Peacock. I will watch it with you, and then we can discuss.
Okay, great. Jen.
I need to know what happens now, because now I'm on a cliffhanger, not knowing if my girl New York is going to go home.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Who's to say? So episode 10, I think, is the best episode of the season. We will be talking about that. Jen Hoffman, get well. Jen Hoffman,
yes.
She is sick. Her daughter started being sick, and then she went full-blown sick, and then Jen started being sick. She is full-blown sick. That's what happens during the holidays, people. Don't visit your loved ones. Just send an email and tell them good riddance, or however you do it. I don't know. My family's a little different.
Or maybe just do that in general this season.
I think my fiance and I, we decided we decided what we're doing for our because our birthdays, like mine's in March, hers is in May, and so we're just like, okay, let's just go on a trip together. That's we'll get plane tickets together. That's our birthday present for each other. So it's like, okay, that's good. And in the past, we've gotten we got each other that glass front fridge. Have all these beers with my face on it. She has all her champagnes in there. So we're always doing stuff for each other and whatever. And so we agreed for that for our birthdays. We're going to Australia. We're like, okay, that's gonna be great, right?
Yeah,
fun. So it is now December 16th. And I'm just like, last night, December 15th, 10 days before Christmas, I'm just like, and 3 days before I'm going to Los Angeles, I'm like, did we decide that for Christmas or our birthdays? And she was like, our birthdays. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And she was like, oh, fuck, you're right. Neither one of us thought about
You should fly out on Christmas Day and fly home on New Year's Eve, because those are the cheapest flights of the entire year.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. It's proven. But that's only a few days, and it takes 2 days to get to Australia.
She works at the casino. They just opened it.
Right.
Yeah. Our timing is horrible. So it's fine. Like I'm a big puss when it comes to my feet. Like I wake up and I put on a pair of bedroom slippers. Like the second I wake up, like I like some cozy bedroom slippers. And when in the morning I wake up and I do my records and I get all my eBay orders for the day, and I walk out to the mailbox and put the flag, put all my records there for my eBay listings and stuff like that. And so we were at Marshall's last night because they were open till 11 p.m. Thanks to Christmas, I guess. Yeah. And so we go and she was looking for some shoes for her son. And I was like, they're real hit and miss on shoes, especially for guys. I was just like, mostly miss. But anyway, they had some Hunter, like rubberized black bedroom slippers, my size, the only pair they had. And I was just like, I was like, holy shit. I'm like, I know I'm not shopping for me. I'm not going to. She was like, would you like these for Christmas? And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, cute.
So, and I just randomly, and I was just going to, earlier that same day, she works at Caesar. She's executive host. They had a gold Stanley Cup, and their Caesar's colors is gold, and so they're both like $50. I think that's going to be our Christmas.
Yeah, that's cute. I love that. Yeah. I still have to buy my husband a Christmas gift too. I consider the 1,000 trips that we go on around the holidays as well Christmas presents. But
is he into rings?
Something. Does he what? Have a ring?
He into rings?
Rings? Oh no.
See, I'm wearing one right. You can't see it's under my underwear.
Oh my God. Okay. Perfect. Thank you for that, Fairplay. Well, on that note, I better go because my kids just came home.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Rachel Reilly, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on @Rachel E. Reilly Villegas on Instagram, @Rachel Reilly Villegas on TikTok. And then I'm on that Blue Sky app. I need to post more on there. But I'm working on this game show called The Floor. So if you're watching this, you want to be cast on the floor, shoot me a message on Instagram and let's connect.
Yeah, I want to be on the floor. Can you get me on the floor?
I might be able to. When was the last time you did a game show?
House of Villains?
No, like a game show. Like Let's Make a Deal or kind of game show. Like
Never.
The Floor kind of game show. Never. Okay. We could talk. Let's talk. Yeah.
I was on Celebrity Poker Showdown like 2004.
Okay. I think that's fine. That's been a long time.
Okay. That's been a long time. All right. I'm at Jonny Fairplay. Get a cameo. I was in the top 5 forever. Now I'm like top 19 or something. Just fix that. Cameo.com/Jonny Fairplay. Links to everything at JonnyFairplay.com. That's JonnyFairplay. No H in Johnny. JonnyFairplay.com. And go see me in Los Angeles this Wednesday night at Jax's Bar, SurvivorTix.com, SurvivorTix.com. Woo! Till next time, I'm Jonny Fairplay. That's Rachel Reilly. We will see you.
Bye, everybody. Happy holidays.